Yep, definitely. All right, I have the stream going. I'm going to start switch us over.
Hey, X, how's it going?
Yo.
Well, I have good news, bad news, and in between news. Uh, the bad news is it's been 4 whole weeks, and I gave the last recap, so this is on you guys to figure out.
Not it.
Not it. Nose
Not
goes.
it.
It's gotta be X or Sav.
Not good.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
All right, Sav, it's all you.
Gosh, dang it.
It's a good thing everybody takes such good notes.
Oh, I got some deep and dirty details. I'm afraid I'm gonna overshare. I got some deep and dirty details from our bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't share them. So.
Well, Mira got some deep and dirty.
That is my update.
So from last I remember, we finished up with the whole shipping thing. Moved into all of this craziness with. Oh my goodness, I'm really bad at this. Hold on. My apologies.
Well, while he does that, I'm gonna vamp and give him just a second to freaking get his act together.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm going to add, hey, so I found out just today that apparently Matt Mercer did a whole campaign setting that was based on a Candy Kingdom and
That's
is
amazing.
now preparing a new campaign session or setting that is roughly based on a world of animated foods. And I'm like, this dude is getting just a little uncomfortably close to some of the ideas that I pioneered, and if I hadn't blatantly borrowed them or inspiration from some other sources, I would have to object.
He's in your walls.
Or he's at least watching the stream.
That's what I was assuming. Yeah.
He's probably stream sniping from like a Zeph account or something.
Mhm.
Podcast jabroni.
So segueing back into our campaign, from
Mhm.
what I remember, we had finished up the battle against that wizard dude. Mira gets pulled aside, like
Mortavio.
to get Mortavio.
Mhm.
She gets pulled aside by Mortavio to get information from him. We take him back to what I'm calling the precinct.
Yep.
And
yeah.
Mira interrogated him, doing all the interesting bits and lore things off camera. Well,
Mhm.
on camera for you audience members. And then the captain of the guard punched a hole in the wall right next to Rayon's head.
She was very unhappy.
She was very unhappy. She's
Mhm.
been very unhappy for a long time.
Yep.
We got.
Wait, am I right?
What's that?
Nothing.
Anyway, so
No,
we
you're
end
right,
up-
John.
we end up getting a bunch of names. Forgive me if I'm butchering this wrong, Zell, but
Mhm.
the Shiki incident.
That second C is supposed to be an E, but otherwise, yeah, the Shecky incident.
The Sheki incident. Okay, the bleeding of Natmore. The Minra massacre. The death of Seth. The the Rav Talker, Sora or Soro, sorry, Soro Teal, Kasei Mela, and Casey Cell killings.
Yeah. Yep. All of that. It was definitely a part of the
Confession.
text. Yeah, the confession,
Mhm.
and also the stuff that I copy and pasted into the chat.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I see you there.
Yep. And then
We
just kind
needed
of
the
like
confession so that they could keep him secure and off the books
yes.
while we do our sneaky sneak stuff.
And so after finding all this information out, we went back to the captain of the guard, and the captain of the guard just basically wonders why the hell we're in her city, and we should probably get back to the adventure at hand for the larger narrative. And basically, I think now we're just tying up loose ends and then moving on with our like bigger story.
You know what, Sav? You passed.
Yay!
I think the whole theme of the last episode was sort of doing cleanup and figuring out what the plan was. We did a lot of stuff talking about Mortavio and trying to figure out what to do with him. There was a whole interesting thing of sneaking Primrose into the precinct so that she could be on hand for identifying and such and protected. And most of this was just setting up, hey, oh my gosh, I'm still on push to talk. No wonder my life is so hard. There we go. Now I can gesture. I was literally gesturing with my mouse in my hand. Now we have some idea of what's going to happen with pretty much all of the major players that were involved here. The main one being, yes, you arranged for Mortavio to be locked away, definitely for his whole life. He will certainly never escape from prison. And the benefit that everybody gained from that was that as long as he was alive and theoretically still attempting the contract, even though he swore he would not actually attempt it, the contract couldn't go to anybody else, so Primrose would be safe from future attacks.
And
He also
presumably the person that hired him wouldn't know that things have gone awry.
exactly. So that gives plenty of time for you guys to figure out what's going on and who did this, and put a sword in him. A lot of conversations with the captain of the guard in varying degrees of angry, which was really fun on my end. But it did end with a really interesting question that I was actually really excited about because I wasn't sure how much you guys remembered exactly what you were doing with life. Where she just got really serious for a second and did ask exactly as Sav said. So politely, respectfully, what the hell are you doing in my city? And I think that was pretty much where we left the session because it was a good opportunity for everybody to go, we should probably think about that.
We're stranded without our boat.
Yeah. But have a backup boat.
Mm-hmm.
That happened a couple sessions. It was like 3 sessions. That's like 2 months ago. Jeez. Whew, time is
Wait,
weird
can
lately.
we take the slaver ship and just peace out with it?
I mean,
Or did we turn
right
it
now,
over?
last we left that ship, you had effectively claimed it and left it in the hands of your fellow God's Feast competitor, Brandon Stafford, who agreed to take it to the docks for repairs and to get the paperwork in order. So you technically don't own that ship yet, but probably just because you haven't stepped on it yet since the transfer. So, you should probably check in on that at some point.
Well, that might be our way off of this island after we get to the library for research.
Mm-hmm. So, In the meantime, I know that you guys have been very carefully thinking about what you were going to do for 4 whole weeks. So I'm going to ask you now. What's the plan? Don't all speak up at once.
I definitely think, like, I guess finishing up what we were doing here, like going to the library, tying up like any like NPC like side stories, because I want to do that. um, and then get back onto our lovely ship and get back to where we need to go.
I love how that did provide some direction while providing exactly zero
No
specific
direction.
details.
Yeah.
Well, I think like thinking of it, we should definitely head to the library and find out more information about what we need for the Great Feast.
We
And
want to see if
then
there's any salient information regarding a favored protein of Telemar, and or if there's like a secret. Oh, by the way, Telemar's got an Achilles heel. It's literally his Achilles heel.
yeah.
All right, that works for me. Let's see. I should probably put you guys in Satir. That seems like a good call. Let's do that first. I've been looking at pop-ups like all of my editing for the last couple days. That'll have to go for now. So you found yourselves previously at Central Command, and it sounds like the plan is to go to the Librariat, which I'm actually pretty excited about because we haven't done that yet. Let's just move you over here. So, the Librariat, as you start getting close, this is very possibly the first time that I'm going to say at least 3 of you have ever been to this particular building. And for our previous Satiri dwellers, you've probably, you know the Librariat. Everybody knows the Librariat. That's like saying, do you know the Temple of 1,000? Of course, everybody does. This building may be one of the largest old buildings in the city. If this was the forest, this is the old growth. You've seen a lot of impressive structures. Some of you have seen the Mossbrook headquarters lately. All of the houses, most of the buildings in general, look like they're fairly new. They've been built probably sometime after the Second Lights because they had some struggles. This building looks like it might have been around Satiri's founding. And so we're talking easily 1,000-year-old sandstone, carving enormous pathways through a mountain. This building looks like it wasn't even constructed so much as dug out. We're talking Petra levels of they found a big chunk of sandstone in the desert and carved into it a phenomenal library. That being said, even though this thing is enormous and adorned with all sorts of art and plant life, you guys can't get within a couple 100 yards of it. Normally, the ebb and flow of the city is a great way to get where you're going. You can just kind of put yourself into the flow of traffic, and it'll eventually take you where you want to go. This time that flow just hits a wall. And that wall is no less than 24 Satiri guard who are sitting there blocking traffic. There is a lot of shouting. There's a crowd of incredibly angry people, mostly civilians. But you hit effectively a wall. nobody's getting in.
Is there any way to kind of sneak around? Is there anyone standing at the entrance that's like talking to people and
Uh,
explaining the situation?
you could see there, especially like, at some point you stand on your tippy toes, you climb up on Holden's back. At some point you find a way to see above the crowd a little bit. And yeah, there are definitely, maybe 1 in 6 guards that are actually talking to the crowd and trying to get them placated. Most of the guards are standing there pretty stoically with that, like, that royal British guard look of like, I'm not going to talk to you, and if you mess with me, I'm going to step on you.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of the word for what those guards are called, and I can't for the life of me remember.
Like a beef eater?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
The Queen's Guard?
We'll go with that too. Those both work. They're better than my terrible description. You can tell I've been practicing this a lot. Yeah, so yes, there are some people that you could probably get to.
Okay. I'm going to try to sneak forward. Let's see. Who has the highest persuasion? Is it persuasion,
You do.
performance,
Yeah.
perception?
How are any of those not the bard?
What would it be? Well, it's definitely me. I was just checking before I went all up there and did my thing.
Sure.
My persuasion, as in real life, is -1.
My persuasion is 6.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So maybe I'm going to bring Morthos with me because if I fail my persuasion, which is only a 4, then I've got backup. Because remember,
Good
he
news.
did have to dress
My-
the lady.
My
that I
intimidation is also a 6. So we have options.
Okay.
Did we talk to the captain before we came here? I
No.
forgot.
I think
No.
we just
We
came straight
have-
here.
What?
We should have
Chris
gotten.
Dale?
Yeah, Christelle.
I
Like, does she
think
know
we-
we're coming here?
I think you guys pretty much ended the previous session in Chris Tale's office. Like
Okay.
I think, if I remember right, the last thing that happened in the previous session was her saying, "What are you doing in my city?" And then everybody was like, and I was like, next time we're gonna get an answer.
Okay.
Okay.
So does she know we're coming here? Could we like talk to? Did we get
could
permission to go to the library?
We could show the token, right? Didn't we get a token that said that we could act on her behalf? Like a favor token or some kind of something
I've got a badge.
indicating that we're, yeah, we got a badge.
I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think so. I don't think that actually happened. However, it seems very reasonable that we could retroactively say that you had planned on getting that from her. Because it's not like you guys actually like blunk out of existence for 4 weeks. Like you had a conversation and then you left.
Okay.
So yeah, probably. We'll say you get probably some bit of paperwork saying, "Hey, we are the commander."
Okay. So Morthos and I are going to go up, and I think Morthos, let's try to reason with them rationally first, and then if they become difficult, we'll try to work some other magic. What do you think?
I don't know. I say we kill them all.
In front of all of these people?
Leave no witnesses.
I like it. I like it. Okay.
But no, we can try to persuade them. That's fine.
Definitely a strategy.
It says I can do what I want. Signed Chris Dale. I
Okay.
love that gift, boob.
So I'm gonna go up and speak first and introduce myself and ask why they aren't letting anybody in.
Sure.
We're gonna
It takes a little bit of effort. This crowd is pretty tightly packed, but much like the unscrupulous person that wants to get to the front of the concert, with a little bit of effort and a lot of apologies, you can make your way to the front. Also, I hate those people.
Me too.
Yeah, they're awful. They have no
I'm-
scruples at all.
I'm 100% that person.
Ugh.
But I usually don't apologize. I just push my frame towards the front.
Mm.
I
I think
As
John
you-
agrees. That's the best approach.
Depends on the concert. But yeah, we've done that before.
Dang.
If you're big enough, people let you do whatever you want.
Yeah. Look, I got to that concert like 4 hours early so that I could get up to the front, and then someone pushed to try to get right up to the wall. I was like, no, this isn't happening. I've suffered way too long for this. I suffered through the opening act, all right? Leave me alone.
What do you got, Sav?
Oh, I was just gonna say that like I put my hand out and I just weave through like crowds like that.
Nice.
Yeah,
It cuts like butter.
yeah, but then you get a lot of people that are like, I can't believe this person. Look at this butter hand guy.
Actually, it's
This
most
butter hand guy.
Granted, I usually use it if I'm like going against traffic or people are just standing in the way, and I just like, here, excuse me, and I stay low. It's
Mhm.
I think it's an Indonesian thing, because like elders will do that and they'll just like cut through groups, just doing that.
Are you
So
Indonesian?
No, but I've been there.
This
And
is
I've
how
learned
Meg and
ways.
I are moving our way through the line. Just so you know.
Be suspicious. Don't
Don't
be.
be
This is
suspicious.
butter hand.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be
Don't
suspicious.
be suspicious. Don't be
Fantastic.
suspicious.
So, as you get up to the front, boy, the man that you run into looks like he has been saying the same thing for 6 hours.
Don't be
Right.
suspicious.
No, because that would be fun, and this guy is just pissed off.
Oh.
This guy's over it.
Yeah. He was over it before. It looks like. Hey, heck, you guys know, because the postings have been up for a little bit. The librarian's been closed for a while. The fact there's still this much of a crowd is kind of amazing.
We've been here for what, a day?
I think maybe a couple days.
Okay.
But yeah, the post has been up at least that long. So as you get up to the front, he just doesn't even bat an eye. You are a new person that's in front of him, and he just gets right back into it. Please, ma'am, please be aware that the librarian is closed until further notice on account of an arcane anomaly. Please direct any book returns to one of the satellite return offices.
I understand that it's closed, but we're on a mission from the Culinarians Guild, and we're working with the city guard, and we really need to speak with someone inside.
You know, why don't you go ahead and give me good job. Fantastic, Holden. Why don't you start give me a roll right off the rip, and we'll see how this conversation's gonna go.
Okay. Am I rolling persuasion?
Yeah, probably.
Performance?
I think persuasion's probably best.
That hopefully will do.
That's pretty good. I mean, look, if that number has a 2 at the front and more than one digit, probably doing okay. He's with the Culinarians Guild and the City Guard. Who are you?
That's our business. But what's inside could be extremely helpful to us.
So what's inside is an enormous, ferocious beast that's tearing our library apart. So for everybody's sake, I think it's best that adventurers as well stay outside it.
Well, enormous beast happens to be my specialty. Can we lend a hand?
I am under strict orders from the librarian and the guard to inform you that the librarian is closed until further notice. And I appreciate your offer, adventurer, but as it stands, for everybody's sake, I must insist that you let the guard and the city handle this.
And I must insist that I can't leave until I have the information that I've come to attain.
Hit him with the badge, Meg. Hit him.
And I'm going to go
Hit him
back.
with it.
Shall I call the captain and she can come down and tell you that myself and my fellow adventurers have all of the tools that we need to assist you with your issues so that we can get this back open?
Boy, these guys spend a lot of time standing around in the sun. It's impressive to watch this man's fairly dark complexion go pale that fast.
Yes! Nobody
Like-
wants to see the captain.
His eyes go wide, and it takes a second for him to realize his mouth is open. Yeah, yes, ma'am, but I must insist. Who are you? Forgive me, Captain Vorburn, at your service. Here to assist with whatever you may need, but what is going on?
As I told you, we're in kind of a hurry and we need access to information that's inside this building. So whatever I need to do to gain access, I'm happy to do so.
Christel said it was need to know.
If I need to handle giant, scary arcane monsters to do so, I'll do what it takes.
Whatever you say, ma'am. I apologize for the inconvenience. I should let you know before you get too invested in going in there that the anomalies have manifested in rather interesting ways. We are unable to enter the library proper, period. And I don't say that because we are afraid of enormous beasts. I say that there is a barrier that has been erected of arcane energy and physical manifestations of texts. The entrance is blocked.
Well, if you'll just allow myself and my associates passage, we'll go ahead and take care of that for you.
If you think you can get in, then by all means. He stands aside and points the way. And says, if I may, before you do, there is a service entrance that we have been told about. We believe that is not particularly safe. I've sent some scouts to try and see if we could get some mages in to handle that, and so far, they have not reported that it is safe.
Favorable
Or
results.
Nobody has died, but they did not come back with positive news.
For the safety of all of those that have gathered out here, would it be better for us to attempt to make our breach from that location instead?
If you and the captain think that there's some way for you to get through that arcane barrier, then by all means, we need someone to get in there. Wallen is still inside, and oh goodness, easily another dozen librarians. But however you can get in, if you can't through the main entrance, the service entrance might be your only way.
All right, have someone take us there now. Let's go,
Ma'am, I'll take you
friends!
myself.
Excellent.
You can feel free to point at where, or at like your group,
Wherever
so
else
that they
is.
can, yeah, like, hey, you guys are at the club, and you just got let in. And oh, hey, my friends need to get in too. And the bouncer's like, yeah, all right, you guys get in here too.
Nice.
All right.
So I'm going to ask 2 questions because I think that one of them is important and one of them is just fun. First, are you headed to the front entrance or the service entrance?
I think if there's fewer people, I'll confer with the group, but I think if there's fewer people at the service entrance side, that seems like a safer place for us to try to penetrate the building. I'm just going to keep them going tonight since we're
Yeah.
big monsters.
Yeah, that seems like a good place to start. The service entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get rid of this erection.
All right.
The giant shield wall that's been raised. If we destroy that erection, we should be able to penetrate more easily.
Yeah, that's true.
Slamming right in the back door.
I mean, obviously, it needed doctors because it was longer than 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I think this is just fan service now.
Yeah, well, gosh, I hope there are literally any people watching right now because this is some of our best work.
We should tell the library to bite the pillow because we're going in dry.
Oh,
Fear.
Oh boy.
Too far, too
Not
far.
our best work anymore.
That's how you get people to stop. You take it too far.
Apparently. All right, so the walk around the library is a hike. It is wonderful. I mentioned, hey, this is a really big building that maybe was carved out of a mountain of sandstone. Even just walking the perimeter of this building, you're starting to think maybe the people that get guard duty of this place got it as punishment. Because, I mean, we're talking, no joke, at least an hour of just walking around. And, like, you could practically keep your left arm on the building, running it along the sandstone. You guys are so close to it. When you finally do get to the service entrance, it is just about as quiet and backdoory as it was implied. There are twice as many guards. Like, this place is heavily fortified, but most of the guards are pointed in. One of the ones that is facing outward sees the lot of you and Captain Vorbran. Are these folks here to deal with the security? Vorbran nods and says, they're here on Chris Tail's duty, so whatever they need. The guard that that greeted you, well, I'm afraid we don't have much for you, and we're not giving manpower if we can help it. I think putting too many bodies in there would just cause more problems.
As the only lady in this party, I have plenty of manpower.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe this particular erection requires woman power.
There goes another one.
Well,
Dudes out of
Dang.
It's not gonna do nothing.
you know what? Let's get the sock puppet out, man.
Dang.
Let's get the sock puppet out.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm
We
trying so hard.
understand- We understand the risks, and
I'm trying so
we'll
hard to
take it
keep a
from
straight face on all this. I love you all. There's
Good
so
night,
much
everybody.
stuff going on in the background that I can't even process it. I'm like 2 more of these jokes away from blue screening.
Oh no!
Mhm.
Sorry.
Like, not
Dicks.
even my computer, just my brain.
All right, we'll be serious.
So, but it's fine. They part for you, absolutely. But as you enter the building, they pretty fiercely come back together. They're not letting anyone else through.
Seems prudent.
The inside of this entrance really looks like nobody has ever gone through this entrance. Like, we call this a service entrance, but it is as dusty and dark and poorly lit as any catacomb you've been in. And to prove that, I'm going to move us to here. And like every scene change, I'm gonna hope and pray that it worked.
I'm just gonna look at the rest of the group and say, I kind of didn't really expect that to work.
If you wanted a
So-
black screen, then it worked.
Is there
Scroll down.
anything?
Scroll down to the bottom left or bottom right. I found it. I found us. This place is
Yeah.
massive. Good job, Zell.
Woo!
Dang,
Mhm.
dude. The fog of war is heavy in here.
Oh,
Yes, it
this
is.
amazing.
I mean, you guys see in this first room as you walk in, there's a bunch of just scrap and detritus everywhere. But honestly, this place looks abandoned, even though they've been saying like, no, people are going in and out. People have been in and out, but you see the dust on the floor. It genuinely looks like nobody has been here in hundreds of years.
And the magic might be a little bit stronger than we anticipated.
I'm gonna holler from where we are and see, because he gave us the name of somebody that was inside. Is it the library at Hand Woolen?
He did mention Wolin specifically, yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna holler and see if anything responds.
First off, that warms my heart so much because that means that you read enough to know who that person is, and that makes me feel good.
Yay! Yeah, I have my
Uh,
people aplenty open because we were meeting
that-
new people today.
Mm-hmm. Your voice echoes through this chamber. And for a second or two, that echo is just about the only thing you hear.
So there ain't no holler back, girl.
There is no girl to holla back.
Well done, Sam.
That was pretty good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. How shall we proceed, team?
Forward.
Yeah.
Do
Make him
you
move
mean
forward.
into the dungeon or into time?
Both.
To the
I was thinking about
That's
moving
deep.
forward in time like 1 second per second.
Yeah, that's pretty respectable.
Your time machine is effective, but not impressive.
For some reason, I feel a Nozdormu joke coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am not leading the way, so someone's going to have to go before us as a scout.
I'm gonna go here.
I tend to be like in the middle or in the back of the pack, and we should probably clear this area first. I know we can see it, but is there anything of interest or any clues on these tables to the side?
You know what? Why don't you guys give me investigation checks if you're interested in looking through that material?
I am, but my investigation is a 1. Hey!
I'm really
Yeah, but
interested.
so is Tyrus, and look at how good that turned out for him.
Look how good that turned out for me. It's an 8. And
I'm
mine's
really good at investigating these books specifically.
He's
super
looking for
good.
So-
more information on the big monsters.
Well, I mean, as bad as he is at swinging a sword, he might as well be able to read.
Sir, I've never
Burn!
swung
Dang.
a sword in my life.
So
He's a
Tyrus,
gunslinger.
specifically, you are the first one to pick up on something like this. Everybody, people are like, some of them are flipping through this stuff. I imagine 1 or 2 people are like jimmying desk drawers looking for gold or whatever. But you pick up one particular book, that looks to be one of the newest. Well, yeah, we'll go with that one, the open one there. It looks to be one of the newest books here. And flipping through it, like, it's not talking about anything particularly interesting. It's talking about, because I've already said this is the least interesting of them, this is talking about magical theorycraft with regards to abjuration specifically. However, that natural 20, plus the fact Tien was fairly high, but you got the highest, you see that on the title page, this book was written about 80 years from now.
Oh,
Damn time sphinx, bitch.
nice.
Dude.
Probably. I don't know. That's my guess.
Probably. I don't know.
We've only ever encountered her out of time, not her displacing time, but it's a curious thing. It explains why there's dust. And people have come in recently, but no one's been here in 100 years. That part makes it all make sense.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just the service entrance.
That being said, I'm going to reveal a little bit more because I kind of remember how to do that. And because Rayon's up ahead.
Uh-huh. I'm just since my investigation wasn't great, I'll just like start inching forward ever more.
Is there any issue with me taking the book?
Nah, it's a book.
I'm gonna take it.
It's not a very exciting book. You might owe a fine if you don't return it in 48 hours or something.
I mean, it doesn't exist for another 80 years. Who cares?
Maybe.
You better hope I don't travel backwards.
Oh boy. Wouldn't that mean that the ink and the paper would get everywhere in his bag?
Could be interesting.
All right, so I guess we're gonna keep moving forward.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm staying behind Glitch. Yeah.
Right on top of him. Or under him. I don't know.
Oh, dear. About the time that you guys hit these stairs. I can't ping because I'm on the wrong tool and the wrong level. There we go.
Ping.
About the time that you get to these stairs, I might have revealed something too. Whoops. Well, that happens.
It's like a little sliver. Like,
Yeah.
We can't really see it.
There's no perception required here. You guys know what this feels like. The ground starts to tremble, the walls start to shake, and dust starts to fall from the ceiling. The building feels particularly structurally unsound. Orthos starts typing. Yeah, okay. Oh. We'll deal with that later. Hearing amongst that was not even close to the right sentence. We're just going to start that sentence over again. Amongst all of that, you guys hear a large amount of stone shifting, just stone grinding on stone. It's not clear whether that's like a door opening or closing or a section collapsing. It doesn't sound like debris or anything like that. But there's definitely a good 6 or 7 seconds of just... about the time that the shaking stops is also roughly when the sound stops.
Ooh. Well, I guess I'll sneak forward here.
I read once of an ancient rune that could reconfigure itself.
Ooh.
Oh, those are always fun. I should have done that. Dang.
Well, I'll kind of like warily but ready for anything, kind of just like get up to right here.
Sure. I mean, you crest over the stairs. And well, you get to the stairs, start cresting them, and amongst all of that, you see a pair of fairly thick I might have made it darker instead. Whoops. Stone doors. There we go.
And the stone doors are right here. Where I'm pinging.
Sorry about that. I missed it. What's up?
We busted open
I-
the stone doors, yeah? Or are they at the end of this hallway?
They're at the end of the hallway.
Okay. Is there any text on the doors?
There is not. There isn't a lot of ornamentation anywhere in this hallway. Because, as mentioned, this is a service entrance. This is where servants are supposed to go. We don't have a lot of Latin laying around.
Okay.
Except in the books, I guess. Plenty of Latin there. However, I am going to ask you to make a strength check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a strength save, but I'm pretty sure it's the same deal.
It said strength. I was in the wrong area. My bad.
Oh.
Nah.
I'll do this one.
Dang.
And I helped.
You know, listen. You did help, but
Look, when I say it's Morbid time, it's Morbid time. Okay?
like I want to paint the picture that the three of you worked on these doors, and that was Rayun and Tyrus pulling with all of their might on one door, and then Morthos and Parasite just Morbid mode yanking the other one. And guess who wins?
As the absolute unit does.
Mhm.
Wait, was this a push versus pull situation where we were pulling it and he just pushed it open?
God, I hope so.
You know, I like that image too. One of you guys thinks this is a swingy door, and the other thinks it's a slidey door, and one of you was wrong.
That's amazing.
So, you open the doors and find yourselves looking at some fog, because I once again hid an area instead of revealed it. I'm getting used to it. Fog is a new thing for me. Who even invented fog?
Atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
When you get to this path, there are signs. Like this feels like a service tunnel. There are signs on that center pillar that I can't ping because I'm on the fog tool. That are pointing you in a variety of different directions. Things like it's pointing. Oh gosh, why did I do this when I don't even know left and right? The left is pointing to the armory, and the right is pointing to the library at floor. Things like that. The pillar is also flanked by two large angular statues. And Sav, it appears that you are walking into the room to investigate signs and statues.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I was half expecting make a save.
Well, I mean, now that you mention it, Sav, why don't you make the deck save for me?
All right. 14.
That seems all right.
All right.
It doesn't do you any good. You're just like jumping back in case something happens. And something does, but it doesn't require a deck save. You're just being jumpy.
Oh.
I'm allowing you guys, if you really want to be nervous wrecks, to just, make extra saves and maybe it'll do something, but probably not.
I like it. I like it.
Do not.
I would like
make
to
me
prepare an action
Morbid
to dodge
again.
out of a stalactite.
Okay.
It's amazing how often that is going to be useful. Ask Zell.
Oh yeah. Listen, stalactites are a blight on society.
I agree.
Stalagmites? Okay. Rayon, you do. My goodness,
It was my religion check.
I see
Oh,
that.
you've lost it. You're losing your religion.
Yeah.
You asked for checks. I was picking
Mhm,
checks.
mhm.
There is no religion here, only time.
You went to the library and not the religious building. Also, man, I tried so hard to think of a follow up to that REM joke, and I just couldn't quite get there. I got hung up on RE Morthos, and I was like, nobody's gonna see that joke. Raven, as you walk into the room, yeah, you could see the signs, and even like Tyrus, and as you guys are starting to get closer, you can see that. However, one of the statues does emit some words. And I was going to say speaks, but there's no mouth with which to speak of. But from the statue, you hear, we'll go with that, librariat personnel.
On
If someone asks you if you're a god, Ray.
no.
Wrong answer.
Or right answer.
Trespassers
Oh, no, wrong answer.
is the wrong
Pull up
answer.
Ghostbusters again.
Yep.
Rayan, we're not even gonna. Let's not even front. Let's just roll initiatives. As these two statues lurch forward. And I say lurch because it is slow. But I'm going to populate these angular statues. Because I realized I was looking at them.
Oh, hell.
Oh, those are awesome.
But they lurch onto their front arms, taking the stance of the gorilla. And they even, as they start lurching, almost like look kind of like they're breathing, like their torso is bobbing up and down. But within a second of one of them having said the word trespassers, they get into an aggressive stance that warrants the aforementioned initiative. All right, so I didn't have turn order up.
I'm waiting to click on.
That's why it wasn't popping up.
Uh-huh,
Man, it's frustrating.
Oh, here we go. Look at all these initiatives.
I
Are
got
any of
a-
them correct?
I got a 20.
20. I see Mira's 21. I don't see Morthos's at all.
Don't worry, I'll roll it again.
Holden has a 7, so I'm just going to put that there. Steel Defender. I don't even know why Steel Defender's on the turn order, but it's also going to be a 7. We'll go with that. Let's add 1 for Morthos. Man, I am the worst at specifically starting these initiatives. I can never remember to do this right. And it's a good thing that this section isn't too hard to deal with. Let's see, we got more. I just need Rayon.
Add a 20.
Add a 20. That's not. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's way up there. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay. At a 20. And like before, 2 of you tied. So by all means, when the 20 phase comes around, well, 2 sets of you tied. When the 20 and 21 phase come around, feel free to, I don't know, figure it out for yourselves. I'm not going to fight too hard. But I do need to add turns for these things. Here. Oh boy.
An initiative of 0.
You know, you'll love to see it.
It
Well,
is-
you know what? Sometimes I roll 20s on these, and sometimes I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that happens. I'm going to move those back a little bit so they're not already starting out standing on Rayun. And we're going to move forward with the 21 phase.
Morthos, I am going to fairy fire behind the giant guys. So if you would like to potentially have advantage on your attack roll, should you want to take one, it would be beneficial for me to take my turn first.
Yes. Take it first, because
Excellent.
I will
Fairy fire.
definitely attack.
Pew pew.
Definitely attack.
But since I have it all zoomed in and these are really like I'm gonna have to put it back here so as not to hit Rayun.
Okay.
So I don't know if we have
I don't know if
visual for that, but
we do. I just need to remember if that spell needs a check or a save or anything.
yes, it's a. Oh, here I can just do this. Boom. And I'm gonna go with purple, violet.
Okay. Let's see. Well,
You woke up this morning and chose violet.
Yeah, I did.
let's try some deck saves, huh? All right, I do need to know what the save DC was. I'm assuming it's better than 12, but your spell says 0, and
Where
I'm
do
assuming
I
that's
see
wrong.
that?
Spells tab, upper right hand
Spells
corner.
tab, yeah.
Oh, spell save DC is 0.
Nope.
That's
It'll
probably
be 8
wrong.
plus proficiency plus spellcasting attribute. So it'll
So-
be 11 plus your charisma bonus.
My charisma bonus is 3. So 14.
And that's what I figured. I just wanted to double check.
Sorry, I don't know why that's not here on this spell, but I'll just see if I can edit it. Maybe.
You can click on the spell casting ability and then it'll change the numbers.
Spell casting ability.
It's on the spells thing.
Okay. All right, well, look at these. I found a new. I feel like every time we use Fairy Fire, I find a new token that will accurately represent that they're Fairy Fired. Now, they are glowing and highlighted a little bit. Apparently, in violet.
They are Orid.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like that means Morthos. What are you up to?
Being an absolute unit.
Mm-hmm.
That one. I'm gonna guess that doesn't hit.
Well, okay, listen. You have advantage.
Mhm.
And this is a 10-foot tall statue made of rock, and you can see by their initiatives, they don't move very fast. And they're highlighted in violet. They're violated.
Ooh, they're violated.
They're
Yeah.
violeted.
I was very careful not to say violated.
But
No,
it
they're
was
about to
very
be.
close.
Don't worry about that.
But because of that, I mean, these things seem like they are just starting to lurch forward. You have no problem, even not fully being aware, of giving that thing the finger guns. So roll some damage. That is some damage. That's 13, right?
Yes.
All right, I remember how your guys' characters work. It blasts the thing right in. I mean, we're gonna call it the dome, but really, if you look, it's kind of just like the peak, right there in the center. I'm gonna move on to Tyrus. Tyrus?
Doesn't he get to make another Eldritch Blast attack?
I don't know. Does he?
No. Oh.
Oh, I just rolled some damage for no reason.
On a hit, the target takes 1d10.
2 beams at 5th level?
Oh yeah, so I hit some. I do have to.
Yeah.
So I have to. Sorry, that's 1 beam.
Yep. Man, I don't know how your spells work. I barely know how my buttons work. Remember that time I tried to do initiative?
Ew.
23.
All right. Well, the best part about finger guns.
Ew.
Okay. I'm not saying no. I'm in a real yes and sort of mood.
Yeah, and
I
fuck
like
that
this.
guy in particular. Right there,
Yeah.
this one.
Yes, and that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
one. This fucking guy.
Could you display their health bars, please?
I suppose. I
I
was
can
way
ask.
too.
I can ask more
Shut up.
politely if you'd like. Thank you, Zal.
We're gonna rock them so hard.
Okay.
Man, finger guns are great.
Oh, sorry. No, but there's this great video I gotta find for you, Zo, where they're talking about how good DMs always find a way to say yes and or no but, and it just cuts to like an at a table argument where the guy asks if his character can have this +5 sword. He just goes, "No, but you're an asshole."
Oh boy.
That's great.
All right. I can't use that right now because I've already sworn once for the day, but I'll keep that in mind for next time. We're gonna move on to the 20 phase, which is Tyrus and Rayun.
Violence. I like violence. Let's cause them violence on this rock.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to use not finger guns, but a real gun, and I'm going to shoot this guy on the left-hand side.
You couldn't hit the broadside of a rock golem.
Dang.
Yeah.
Apparently, he sure
With
could.
advantage, you can.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. No, he didn't need advantage.
I didn't need advantage.
Oh, 4
I'm-
damage.
4 damage is terrible, but I'll shoot him again.
I'm like,
No.
imagine your bullets being fucking garbage.
Does
I mean-
18 hit?
Yeah, totally.
Sweet.
I think
I'm
he's
hitting 5 this
aiming
time.
the
You know, shooting rock isn't the best idea.
Sure isn't.
Whose dumbass idea was that?
Boy, that sure didn't do anything.
bullet, and I've loaded bird shot.
Oh man, you should
Oh, I
definitely
forgot I
shoot
was
the
using
birds.
riot bullets. They're rubber.
Ooh, yeah. In addition to the fact that you were firing squirt guns,
I think squirt guns would have more against rock.
That's the right
You
call.
did-
Foob. Whenever you're penetrating an unknown back door, I always bring my rubbers.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
penetration.
wow.
Oh god.
I'm gonna move here as well. In this
I
little,
like
in
it.
this little nook in case
The-
they're.
The frontline warrior bravely running aside. so
Well,
that
you know,
his friends can
I'm-
run in.
I'm like a ranged frontline warrior. If that makes sense, because I know it doesn't.
I know what you mean, and it's cowardly.
But also, here's the thing. Think about this. They're rocks.
Yeah.
They might have a rock throw ability. They're just gonna throw rocks down this hallway.
They might.
I'm not in the hallway anymore.
That's true.
200 IQ. I'm done with my turn.
When life gives you alcove, you hide in them.
It's true.
I actually think you hit it so on the head that this is going to seem like I'm just ribbing you, but I really want to emphasize you put 2 bullets into this thing, and you've watched those bullets fell creatures, and the best that you saw was a few flecks of stone fly off. Underneath those flecks of stone, guess what? More stone.
I guess as a bonus action, I'm gonna recommend everyone else uses their chisels on these guys.
For accounting's sake, since someone might bring it up at some point, no, I did the math right. Rayun, you're up.
Realizing that he's in basically mortal danger,
Mhm.
Rayun takes the hilt of his sword and hits the Umberwelk Targe to activate, and I get 5 plus AC. That's my free action,
Mhm.
and I'll go ahead and attack that one. Actually, No, we're gonna go attack that one.
Okay.
And that's with advantage, right?
They're still fairy fired.
25, nat 20.
Sure is. Go
Crit
ahead
'em.
and roll damage, and then we will figure out what actually happens here.
Yes. 16, 26.
And you're really not making this part easy. Okay, hold on. You guys can't even see as my eye is just violently twitching. Why did I make myself have to do? Okay. Yep, sure. And which one was that against? Sorry.
That is the one that has lesser health.
Sounds good. I asked the question, and that was enough that I forgot everything I was doing. That puts us here. This thing lurches backwards. It was not expecting whatever just happened to it, but once again, maybe the sword part didn't feel particularly important here. That being said, anything else you'd like to do? I don't remember if the shield was a free action or a bonus action, so I don't know if you have a bonus action left.
That is a free action.
That seems good. So you still have a bonus and a move.
Yes, I do. And because I did a critical hit on this lovely gentleman here, I get an extra attack as a bonus action.
Make it so.
Yep. Dirty 20.
Well, it's certainly not natural, but it's enough for you to roll damage.
Let's see. 21 if I did my math correctly.
Okay. Help me out because I can't actually see your character sheet where the the divine smite damage is coming.
That
You wouldn't mind
is
linking that ability.
Yeah, let me.
But otherwise, yeah.
Sorry, it's right here. So I'm spending one spell point.
Okay. It's mostly I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping costs in mind. But that seems okay. And also seems like plenty. Rain, your first strike seems to be pretty good. The second one, where you actually pierce through that thing's mildly broken face, seems really freaking good. And your sword actually pierces through the thing well enough that in case that thing was actually or did actually have a face there, you've gone right through what I guess it's his brain. Constructs have those. But as your sword thrusts through the thing's face, you watch as it becomes lifeless. The whatever enchantment is holding it together ceases to be, and a big old pile of rocks crumbles in front of you. Anything else?
I don't know because technically I reduced it to 0 as well.
Sure.
So would that count as another bonus action? Like if I went in for another attack, or I'm gonna leave this in your hands. This is the feat I'm using.
No, I'm not giving you that twice.
Okay.
Because you've already triggered it once. And so, well,
I'm leaving it in your capable hands as the DM. Because I don't want to make this overpowered, to be honest. Like, it would be cool, but I want the DM's ruling on this part.
yeah. The best part is I was just starting to look up the thing that I was reminded of, which is that you get 1 bonus action per turn.
Roger that.
Which I appreciate, mysterious voice from beyond. That was going to save me some research. So yeah, I was looking at that going, there's no way that they just gave you infinite attacks so long as you keep rolling 19 pluses.
Right.
Man, I do love that feat, Something Fierce.
Right.
Yeah. So anything else before I move on to the Holden phase?
I'm gonna hold the line here and end my turn in defense mode.
All right.
Like
Holden and friend, what's up?
Double crossbow attacks with advantage against the remaining sentry.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Heckin' big doggo to there, and biting. 29.
Okay. Well, those certainly are numbers. Let me crunch those real fast. Numbers are hard. Some part of that seemed okay. But if you thought bullets were bouncing off, even technologically advanced crossbow bolts still kind of bouncing off. The bite's cool though. That was neat.
We'll make up for it in volume.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hey, look. I'm gonna do something. I mean, what is a really good question, but you know, we figured that out. Well, I think it's best. This is actually the golem that first identified there was a trespasser, and then you murdered his friends. So you know, that was kind of rough. I don't know why you would do that.
They've been here for 100 years, and that was the only friend he ever had.
Oh no!
Man. Let's see. Let's whip out the old ruler and confirm. Man, a 30-foot radius is really freaking big. The golem, we'll say, ignores the death of his only friend and not necessarily doesn't notice because he's a golem. And instead, where he previously said trespass, now he replies to himself with detention. And from about here, so rough, a little bit behind you guys, a vortex of sand and dust emerges from the floor. Definitely, this sandstone, yeah, but I don't know where all this sand is coming from. I'm going to have literally everyone make dex saving throws.
Is it just normal roll?
Just normal roll.
I didn't mean to do advantage there, but luckily it was
Oh.
still the first roll.
All right. It's amazing how these rolls were only amazing or terrible. Let's see. So, of the 6 tokens I'm looking at, Mira is good. Tyrus is good from the first roll, not the second. Steel Defender's good. Same. Rayun, Morthos twice.
I don't know why mine
and-
went twice, but
I don't know. And Holden once. Find yourselves wrapped up in thick tendrils of this enchanted sand. And you find yourselves restrained. Probably have actually said that word. I think it's worth pointing out, because I had to actually do the research on this, that restrained reduces your speed to 0. Your attacks while restrained have disadvantage, and attacks towards you have advantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saving throws. I'm just going to link this to you. I don't know why there's damage there, but I like this. I like this world where you also take 2 damage for no reason. But we're not going to do that. Instead, Sav, now that you are properly restrained, Skull's going to punch you in the face.
All right, let's see if it hits.
Honestly, probably not. I need this button and this button. Sure doesn't.
Nope.
Yeah. That happens. Even with yourself like mildly unable to move, you still have your shield up at the ready, and also this thing's swing is very slow. And so that's all that it can do. I'm going to admit that turn was cooler when I had 2 of them, and that's okay. So we're going to go to the top of the round. Mira, you're not even restrained.
I am not.
How would you like to handle that?
And I'm hanging out here in the back. So
Mhm.
let's but I'm seeing that bullets and crossbow bolts are not doing well. So I don't think
Mhm.
I'm going to waste any of my time doing that.
Mhm.
I Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter, I think. Okay, it's a loud noise.
Oh,
And
that
as
sure
long
doesn't
as I
roll.
do it in the back, because I feel like a rock monster is the right thing to shatter on, even if it isn't. So that's what we're going to do. Creature
I think this
takes
is a great idea.
3d8 thunder damage on a failed save. Here you go.
All right. I'm going to apologize very briefly because I've also been trying to sneak my dinner, and I don't think it's been going very well, but I'm doing my best. Let's give this thing a dex save and see what happens. I have an idea of what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, I was wrong.
Oh no, you have to roll disadvantage, right? Because you still have fairy fire. Oh, sorry, because it's made of stone. Oh, a creature made of inorganic material such as stone has disadvantage on the saving throw.
So 7.
Yeah, so it'd be 7.
Ah, sucker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just so happens I accidentally rolled advantage instead. Because I was still on that button. Let me just turn that off real fast. Yeah, well, look, this is exactly what A, I thought was going to happen, and B, what should happen, especially for this spell.
I got to use shatter on a rock elemental. This is amazing and my favorite session so far.
That's a bummer. We've had some good sessions.
We've had some amazing sessions, but this has been a lot of fun in terms of like combat for me.
Oh sure. So,
also dick jokes.
Also dick jokes.
So this does exactly what it sounds like, which is you get to roll some damage.
Okay, 3d8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That seems good.
Yeah, that does seem good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The temptation is there, and I'm not going to do it. But I am going to say that this creates a tremendously loud blast that not only does hit this stone golem exactly the way you would hope it would, but also does some pretty substantial damage to the column that's standing right next to.
Yep.
Along with maybe the walls.
I might be bringing down the house.
Yeah, we talked there was already some seismic activity going on. That didn't help.
Oops.
And
But
the
it was fun.
specifics of that not helping are things I'm going to keep close to the chest. But that didn't help. I mean, it helped with killing the golem, though, so that's... anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I am good. Back here, being safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Morthos.
Yes. Give me a second. My map just went fucking haywire. There we go. Well,
All
since
you have
I'm
to do is look for the illuminated shaft.
yeah, since I'm stuck, we're gonna finger gun.
Okay.
We're gonna finger bang into the heart,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna maybe hit.
I feel like I need to make a judgment call on whether this counts as an attack roll. Because while you're restrained, you have disadvantage.
I'm in disadvantage right now.
What's that?
I rolled that as disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a disadvantage.
Oh, it is. Gosh dang, I can never tell those two. It sort of cancels out because she had advantage. We're still going to take the 8 because that was the first number, because it ends up being neutral.
Right.
But that is still enough that I'm going to listen. You didn't miss the thing. You just didn't hit it right.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean,
sometimes that happens. That beam just kind of like deflects like every bullet and crossbow bolt.
that's why I only did 1 damage.
Well, no, it didn't do any damage. I was trying to make you feel better about the fact that you missed terribly.
And that's the second one.
Well, as mentioned previously, we're taking the first number, so that's 13 damage. Whew.
Question.
Please?
Since he had advantage from Fairy Fire,
Yeah.
and he got slowed, does that mean that it's just normal shot and not disadvantage now?
That is what I was trying to tell him, but he rolled disadvantage anyway, so I'm just taking the
got it.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. We got there. It just
Basically, he's saying I'm dumb. Okay.
I wasn't saying that. I definitely did not loudly proclaim that was the dumbest roll we've had all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest roll we had all night.
Hey, I didn't say it. But hey, you know what? You learned from the first one. Don't use that arm. That arm is too well restrained to your hip. Just stick with the one that's already pointed at the thing. But it hits pretty soundly. Maybe Rain can do just as well. Keep my fingers crossed.
Right after Tyrus.
Yeah, you guys get to choose. We're in the 20 phase. You guys get to go in whichever order you prefer.
Well, I'm restrained, so Tyrus is much faster than I.
Um,
You want to finish
as
this
an
off?
unrestrained person, I'm going to move over here because I can do that, being unrestrained.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to shoot at this rock monster again, and maybe do better than last time.
Fingers crossed.
14.
Well, you connect.
All right. That's better.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I've done more in this shot than I did the past two combined.
That's true. And I love watching Tyrus duck in and out of cover like a Time Crisis game.
It's pretty sweet. And then
Yeah.
I'll shoot him again and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. That
14.
also hits.
Yeah.
It's the same number.
Nice. And
Speaking of
less
the same
damage.
number. We've
That's
seen
right.
that number before. Oh, that's right.
And then continue.
At this point, you guys are chipping away at these things pretty quickly, and I don't say that in a video game sense. I mean, you're literally chipping pieces off of this thing in a way that I'm kind of proud of you.
Nice. And then since I'm still unrestrained, I'm going to move back to my other corner where he can't see me.
Perfect.
And I'll end my turn.
Sounds good. Good news, my cat is being stupid. Mourning the fact that no other cats will play with him after he just spent several minutes chasing the other cat around like a terrorist. So, it's a great night all around. Rayun.
I will go ahead and attack with my longsword with at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Basically normal roll, and I'll go. 16 connects.
That seems good to me.
All right.
This thing seriously was not particularly fast. And also, there's been some good rolls tonight. I'm pretty proud of you guys.
It's a 3.
I cannot believe you're going to make me do this. I was just saying how proud I was of you, and now you're going to make me take that all back.
All right. I'll give you this one. Action surge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll again. 11 does
That
not connect.
That doesn't do it.
That doesn't do it. Okay.
Man, I feel like that's kind of the moral of Action Surge is, man,
Don't
that
use it
just
on a
seems,
mostly dead enemy.
yeah, and also
Yeah.
it feels like there's some stuttering going on. And we're getting closer to that blue screen than I thought. I feel like we've had a lot of Action Surges that have really let us down here.
Yeah.
At the very least, this one. Holden, come on, bring us home, man.
Just to make sure I don't make a mistake, I'm going to use Misty Step to teleport free of my restraints, and then make 2 crossbow attacks with advantage.
Hey, Rayun finished off the first stone talus.
Yeah, he did.
All right. Well, listen. Somebody knows how to finish the job.
Through the back door?
No, this one went through the front door. 2 crossbow bolts that both managed to stick into stone.
Seth made a dirty sex joke and I'm offended.
Yeah. We'll refer him to HR here in a minute. But much like before, these things seem to just collapse, like shutting down under their own weight. And now Sav is left with 2 giant piles of stone in front of him. But yeah, that seems fair enough. As the second statue collapses to the ground, these tunnels go back to being just as quiet as they were before.
Good news, everyone. All of that commotion didn't attract anything.
I think it was an isolated event.
Yet.
So now we decide to the armory or in the other direction.
We're going to the armory.
Well, I guess I'll take a step that way.
The armory was to the left.
Oh, the stone talus is back.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Sometimes the dead don't stay dead.
I didn't know this was a zombie campaign.
Oh, you don't know the half of what this campaign is. We haven't even gotten to the romance section.
Whoa.
Here, let me illuminate some hallway for you guys.
We're illuminating 2 hallways, apparently.
See
because
that?
you're going to the left.
But I thought the armory was to the right.
I heard
Let's.
left, but
Yeah, the armory is to the west. Hey.
Oh.
And the
goodbye,
library is to the
subjective
east.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what was in the other direction?
The armory was pointed in the direction everybody's going. They said the library or the sign said it's still there. The sign's still there. The library at floor is to the east.
The east, okay. Still hanging out behind Glitch.
Sounds good.
Do we need to check these like golem bodies for anything? Like, do they have any magical attachments? Interesting doohickeys or bits that we need?
Why don't you give me a history check?
Can I also help?
I don't see why not.
I hope so, because I only have a 1.
I have a 0.
Nice!
With our powers combined, we make a 20.
There we go. Somebody that's trained in it.
Yeah, there it is.
And somebody that's not, but just idiot savant.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I called you a savant. I don't know what you're talking
That's my favorite perk in Fallout, so I'm not even mad.
about. Right. And where do you think I learned the term? You know what? Actually, I don't know how 3 of you knew about this random statue's history. And I'm not going to bother making something up because I'll be honest, I'm going to forget 5 minutes from now what I said. But you look over the statue, it's one of the few statues in this direction that looks to be in pretty good condition. Depicting someone from a great battle in recent history. Within the last, say, 100 years or so. The name is there on the placard. That name is Pekor. But there's nothing. As you look at it, you say, "Well, yeah, this statue. I've been saying the word statute so much that now I'm talking about a stone thing, and I'm like, oh no, this is a stone law. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the stone statue.
Deep breaths.
Right. Stone statue seems about right. The book seemed out of place, but this statue seems like, this was probably carved about 100 years ago, and that's about when this battle took place.
Does that mean that it's from a war that's happening in the time we're from, or that where we're from there's about to be a war?
No, it's saying that this war has already long since come and gone.
All right.
Let's see. I'm going to clear some more hallway for you guys, because I'm assuming that's the next thing on the list. And would you believe... Nope, not that button. Definitely not that button.
Definitely that button.
That button. We are left with your classic fork in the road.
All right, make sure that you put raid markers down so that we know where we've been and where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could maybe do that with prestidigitation, right? I can put an interesting little color or notation or something.
Sure, that sounds like a great use of prestidigitation.
Okay, we'll do that once we've actually cleared something. I don't know if we're gonna go up these stairs or if we're gonna go wrap around the corner. So.
What do I see from this corner?
Well, first, I'm going to give you the first one first, because it's first. You see a stone door. Ta-da! Stone doors! And as Tyrus ignores the stone doors, what if I showed him a stone door? Ta-da!
And more passageways.
Many, many passages.
Do you see interesting things regarding the stone door to the south?
It's blue.
I think it has a dynamic lighting line on it, but
it does have a line on it. I just want to make sure that was coming through for you guys because we're experimenting with new things. And one of those new things, lines.
Ooh.
Lines are pretty interesting.
Right?
Magic barrier?
Look, there isn't a ton of light in these hallways. So under normal circumstances, I wouldn't actually give you this much sight. But you can see pretty far off in the distance another one of these stone doors. And the reason you can see it is because it is lit up with arcane runes all over it. Those runes are not in great shape. It looks like maybe they faded a little bit, but there's a lot of them, enough that you can still see it, 50 feet away.
I
Seems
want
like
to
a good guess.
caution Tyrus that if he's going to go approach that line, that to be careful when he touches it. It looks to me like it's about 180 degrees.
Actually, I was gonna say I see 5 entrances. 6 technically, if we want to go the other hallway.
Some of them might be exits.
Or exits. It's true. Passages. 6 passages. Do you just want to roll d6 and see where we go next,
Yeah,
or do you guys
Uh,
want to go through the door?
I'm okay with
Is
rolling.
this door to the north of me just a stone door?
2.
It is just a stone door.
Let's not open anything. Anything that we open and clear, I'll mark with prestidigitate with the P word.
The word president.
Preston digitation.
Right here.
No.
No? Okay. We won't go there then.
Not that.
What a
What
fun
about
way to
this
do
one?
that. Nope.
We'd like to go here. Nope. Try
That is
again.
unfortunate. You know what? I'm actually, before we go anywhere, I think this is
Okay.
the fairest way to do this. Why don't you guys give me some perception checks? That's a skill, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the ones that you rolled, right? You want us to roll it?
I thought stealth was the ones he rolled.
It's stealth and insight are the ones that I'm doing for you.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably
Nat
should add
20.
perception to that, but actually, yeah, perception's a good one to add to that list. I'll think about it, but not right now because I already made my bed and now I'm gonna lay in it. Oh, I wish I was laying in my bed. I'm so tired. No, seriously, I got a bunch of cavities filled yesterday.
Oh no.
And the dentist was just like, you know what? What if we just numbed this and then numbed it and we numbed it some more?
Oh
no.
And I was like, dude, you don't need to triple numb me. Like,
Oh,
don't
I'm
give me the
so
num.
sorry.
Well,
Gosh, I wish I was joking about that because it was really funny to say.
No.
And so, like, I went to bed at 9 last night and I slept for like 11 hours, and now I'm already like, gosh, it's time to sleep. So back to the game. I feel like we're all feeling a little silly, and that's wonderful. And that's exactly what I wanted tonight. 3 of you, excluding one of the people I expected to see this, get as far as I have your tokens and see that I don't know if I have a great way to mark this, but the entire floor for what looks to be about 30 feet in front of you looks raised up. Upraised?
That's
I don't think raised.
Like it slants upward, like as it was built to slant upward, or like something
Like
has moved
this
it
much?
upward.
10 feet upwards, but otherwise, look at these lines. I bet I could do something like that.
You sure can. You want me to remove mine so you can do it?
Yeah, go for it. We'll say this much. And no, I don't mean like slanted. I mean literally just like half an inch higher off the ground.
So it's probably like indents that if we step in the wrong ones, will cause a trap.
You can see why I wanted to stop you and see how
Yeah.
your eyeballs worked.
Who has levitate?
Do you have levitate?
I'm looking at my list. I don't think so. I have invisibility. That will not help me here.
Probably not. Gosh, I wish I could invisibility my weight away.
we could.
But I can't invisibility and get rid of my weight.
If you invis, then we won't see you fail or succeed.
Shall we have Glitch go first?
And die?
Glyph shakes his head no and pushes you like by nudging you in the butt.
Sentence!
You can be repaired.
Hey, Zell.
Yeah?
Over here, there's a bunch of rubble on the ground?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
like, you just chuck a rock at it.
Yeah, I was like, is that actually there?
Yeah, sure.
Can we pick up some of the larger rocks, kind of just like
Nice.
lob it over here?
I like the ones that Rayan was highlighting. Those bigger ones, like the size of
Yeah.
a man's head. We'll go with those. 'Cause I don't know if the little rubbly, tiny, pebbly ones would have done anything.
I was looking
But-
for like a 10 to 15 pound boulder.
Guess what? The two of you together found some boulders.
Nice.
Hooray!
Go team.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Like,
to throw it.
I'm gonna
like
stand
halfway.
here back around the corner just in case that thing gets ricocheted back to whoever throws it.
Oh man. Here's the thing. I have designed things, but sometimes what you guys say in the moment makes me think, man, you know what? That would have been good too. So I'm like, there's no strength check required. If you fail, you miss by a couple feet, and who cares? You huck a rock.
Before you describe what happens,
Okay.
I'd like to ready an action to dodge stalactites. Because if there's ever if there's ever a point for a stalactite to fall from the ceiling, it's now.
That is true.
But continue. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Get out of here, Shapes.
I was making a rock.
I see that. Let's see if I can make this part work. So, you huck your rock, and I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say you rolled really well on this fake roll, and everybody's very impressed with how well you threw that rock.
Oh.
It lands about where you were aiming. I will say here-ish. And when it does, roughly this entire section of floor shudders ever so briefly, and from seemingly nowhere, can we do it? Yes. A pair of bolts of energy come screaming down these halls. And they don't stop.
Oh, it's just a constant stream.
Constant stream.
I'm gonna pat Glitch on the head and say, "Sorry, bud."
In addition to that, because I really want to end before we go on a 5-minute break on a cliffhanger, you hear a very loud scream that is admittedly muffled by an, we'll say, arcane locked stone door.
Huh.
And I wonder what that means. But before we figure anything out, I am determined. I'm going to remember that we're going to take a 5-minute break, give everybody a minute to refill their waters, find some ice cream, and think about what Tyrus has done.
Yeah. See you in 5.
See you in 5, guys. That
Don't
seems
platypi?
right to me. That sounds like one of them coming in, turning off their alarms and saying, "Sorry guys, platypi attack."
Yep.
Let's see. I should check the sound. Thought I heard them.
I heard
Hello.
them as well.
There's
she
one.
is.
Yeah,
Thank
Holden's
goodness, I
typing.
thought I was going crazy.
All right. Now we gotta know what was the extra time for?
Oh, to let the dogs out.
It was dogs. I should have gone
Sorry.
with dogs.
It's always
Was there-
dogs. They make us
Was
late
there
for
by
everything.
chance a wild raccoon in your backyard that you had to fight away?
No, we didn't have a wild raccoon.
Dang it!
I set my alarm and I figured that my watch would go off, but I think because I had Twitch open on my phone, it was just sitting in here playing.
Yeah, we definitely heard the alarm.
Oh, I'm so
It was
sorry.
It was like every now and again we just heard a beep.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just funny.
I was trying to gaslight them into thinking that it wasn't a thing.
It
it didn't work.
go very well.
It didn't work at all.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys stalling on my behalf. So we've thrown a boulder. And I think we ended with there was a loud woman's scream. I'm gonna take off these nets because you guys technically there's a like strength check that you could do to get out of them. So I'm assuming Rain at some point just like and his shirt exploded and the sand came off of him.
Yeah, basically.
That's how I clean up after the beach.
Gosh, I sure hope that we didn't shoot whoever screamed with those light lasers.
So we're in a weird position where those lasers are just on. And I'm even going to give you that around the time that you hear that scream and see the lasers, the whole building gives another little bit of a tremor, smaller than the last time, smaller even than when Mira put the whole cavern at risk by shattering it. But what do you guys feel like doing about this situation?
Yeah, guys standing in front that threw the rock.
Oh, I thought you said that.
I vote they find out what the laser tastes like.
Well, I
Those
mean,
goes. Not it.
Not it.
Well, so is it just like a spherical beam, or does it like encompass like a pillar that is just coming out, like a pillar of light, basically?
It is a beam approximately, I'm going to say, an inch in diameter that is firing about 3 feet off. Well, look, it is not at a perfectly flat angle. It's you guys can't see my arm, but I'm like looking at the angle, about a 15-degree angle downward. And it is terminating, against the wall here at about 3.5 feet above the ground.
Does it seem to be going into the material that it's shooting into? Like, is it damaging walls or ground, or could we like try to redirect it if we could find something to put in front of it?
It does not appear to be damaging at least the surface here. I don't want to be pink anymore. I'm going to change my color. That's like the 5th time that I've been like, why am I pink? Gosh dang it. There's too many reds. With the brown.
Maybe we had like a shield or something to like block it.
Well, that was my next thing. I wanted to use my shield, but I don't know if it reflects like lasers like this. I mean, I could try.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Hey, feel free to pick your colors. I feel like this is a good point in the conversation. The conversation hasn't been going on for that long. We took like a 5-10 minute break, but you know, it's only actually been like 15, 20 seconds. When you hear no perception required because this is funnier, a very dull thumping sound on the other side of that arcane door.
Ooh. Could we shimmy the statue to create like a line of sight on the laser?
A break.
Yeah, it's going to take some strength checks.
Sure.
It is a statue, you know, probably about 7-8 feet tall, carved of stone.
My strength is a -1, so I will not be helping you with that. Go big, strong men.
Yeah, I will also say that will definitely take you a little bit, even if you do roll successful strength rolls.
I'm not helping.
Like, look, I accept that this is Dungeons and Dragons and that we are all super powerful beings, especially me, but that statue still probably weighs 500 or 600 pounds, and it's going to take you more than 6 seconds to get that
Yeah.
60 feet.
All right. Anyone else have any other ideas on?
I'd like to invoke the deity known as Ghost Puncher and use his strength to move this over here.
Nice.
Do we know that the projections of light are anything more than just that? Like, can we feel heat emanating from them? Is there a reason to assume that they'll hurt? I guess is what I'm asking.
I mean, nobody's gotten within 10 feet of them.
Well, I guess try my Targe with the light.
Your non-magical shield?
Oh.
Or sorry, your Umberwalk Targe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only shield I have.
Yeah. You used to have another shield. I just thought you might have kept it. It's like, this is my trash shield that I skate down the mountain with.
I'm pretty sure I put that in storage.
That's fair.
At the first place that we were at. Headquarters.
Yep, just stab myself with a pen. So, Rayun, I'm going to ask, are you stepping on the pink circle's stones in order to get to the laser, or are you just, like, reaching it out as far as you can?
Reaching it as far as I can.
Okay. At that point, you don't have a great hold on it, except at the very edge, because that is several feet away, right?
Yeah.
The second that laser connects with the shield, it knocks it back as if it was being hit with a pressure washer.
Ooh, force.
Guess who's been playing Power Wash Simulator?
Well, time to retrieve my shield.
You still hold on to it. I'll give you that much. Like it doesn't knock it away, but it knocks it back to the point where you can tell there's clearly quite a bit of force there.
Did it damage the shield at all? Like, just no indents or anything?
No, the shield's fine.
Okay. Well, we know that the shield will help. But
Sir, I am not feeding you. Leave me alone. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you could hear that. My cats are being bad. Like demanding food and attention and stuff. Sometimes I forget. Push to talk is a blessing and a curse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to give me a plan.
Well, Tyrus can throw another rock.
Can I step over it?
I mean, that's a big step.
Could someone
3.5
who
feet.
was strong throw him over it?
Oh, sure.
I would like to see this.
I'd like to pick up Rayun and throw him over it.
Okay.
If he's willing.
Yeet!
Mind you, I'm wearing
Yeet the Rayun.
Well, I guess.
I'm
but
weirdly
I might
prepared
not
for
fly.
this. PCs throwing PCs happens way more than I would have expected.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm light and agile, so maybe it's best if we do like the shield jump, where I run and jump on the shield and try to land here, because this seems to be an open space and it's not on the elevated platform.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
So what do you think? Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, Tyrus. Tyrus, give me a strength check. That's a good strength check. Now that you've succeeded at that, Mira, give me, what are we calling this? Acrobatics?
Yes,
At advantage.
we are. Oh, I didn't do it at advantage. I will roll it.
You did
second
not.
time.
That's better.
27
Way
should
better.
do it. Okay.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna investigate this area and see if there's anything that I can disable.
Well, I'm gonna make this one real easy for you.
Is there a switch around the corner? Like
Nope.
In the stupid. No. Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was on. It was on the GM layer. My bad. There we go. Now everybody gets to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh, I didn't have my things selected. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You'll have to
That's
do
fine.
mine manually.
You rolled 15.
rolled
That's
an-
not bad.
I rolled a 19.
Let's
Just
see.
kidding, it's a 20.
Okay, question. Is it
Yeah.
hostile to me right now?
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh, okay. Dang. I
Oh,
was
dear.
gonna try to
Oh,
cast
dear.
friends on him.
That's a good call. That definitely could have worked if Tyrus hadn't tripped that alarm like 2 minutes ago.
Way to go! Could have made friends.
Jeez.
That didn't work. Give me that.
That nat 20 from Morithos.
Man, he's on fire today.
Uh,
Actually, just
literally.
kind of in general, like, I feel like that's also been a pretty common thing in the campaign. Like, half the time, everybody's like, well, yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then Morthos just snaps, and bam, there's another 21. Like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever.
Until I have to intimidate, and then I roll like a 2. So
Yep. That happens too. Hey, it's better than last time. He's going to go before somebody. That's an improvement.
It's me.
Hey, I wonder if there's like secret passages behind these things, like Harry
Oh.
Potter style.
I mean, hey, I have already been very clear. You can move those things.
I rolled to move it.
Yeah, you did roll to move it.
Yeah, I'm not very strong. I don't think I'll be able to actually move it. How are you getting
Was
there,
there-
Morthos?
Ooh, that was a long run.
You
That's a
have to
long
go
run.
through lasers and the dangerous part.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Yeah.
a couple steps involved. Which isn't to say you can't do it. I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say maybe yes, but.
And. Yes, but.
Yes, and.
No,
you
but
will
you're an
have-
asshole.
Okay, so there's a couple obstacles before you can get there, and I'm going to tell you that you are far enough away that you're not going to be able to get there in one move action. Right? That's about, like, getting to where Mira is about a 50-foot movement. So it would take 2 moves, which would mean you can't do a complex because you're running. I think that's how that works. That's how running works. It's complex. So, given that, if you would like to try and run into, somewhere in the pink circle neighborhood, I'm going to say it's possible, and you can even run right past Tyrus and Rayun. But we're going to have to deal with the laser, which is not actually that big a deal, and, maybe other stuff as I deem fit. If that is something you want to try it for.
heck yeah.
Okay, so your first move, I think you were somewhere around here.
I was right here.
So your first move would get you to actually right where they are, which is fine. I don't care. And then from there, you would get 30 feet ish to get somewhere in. Hey, you could go into the fog of war too and go to Laser Town.
Pew pew, Laser Town.
Won't you take me to Laser Town?
I want to go like right here.
That seems doable. I am going to ask. I feel like there are a lot of perfectly valid options that we have not yet explored. There is a laser that's about 3 feet off the ground that's currently boring into the wall there. How are you handling that?
I used my 15 acrobatics roll to front flip with what some may call bigly agility and
Okay, yeah.
land with a perfect 10.
I feel like I've been using this adjective pretty accurately as well. With what can only be described as throbbing agility, you leap right over that laser. Not nearly as far as Mira did, but definitely a good enough tumble that you can land effectively on your feet.
Heck yeah.
At the point that you stop, those lasers go away.
Of course. I believe my turn's over then.
Rayun.
Well,
Don't flip the switch.
where was the switch? Right here?
Looks like somebody touched it and it turned on. They touched it again and it turned off.
Yeah. Well, I guess I will move over to where Mira is. So I'm stepping into the pink area.
Yes, and Rayun, we're starting to learn how this giant pink square works. Less acrobatic because let's be real, you're wearing heavy armor, or heavy in a non-system based meaning. You just like walk onto the tile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give me a deck save?
All right. $11.
Okay. As you get to, here-ish, the brown isn't really working for me, not on the sandstone. We're gonna have to go to a different color. Sorry about that, guys. Here-ish, you see the laser again. It appears that perhaps that laser didn't stop but turn off at all. It was merely shooting wall.
Oh.
Can
Can I use the laser to propel me to the spot that I am at right now? Since it does have like a force kind of thing.
Yes, and sure, why not? I'm going to move you back here real quick because I do want to see if I'm allowed to wiggle with this laser, and I think the answer is not. Oh, wait, I could use this button. Meh. Can't believe that even kind of worked. Oh my gosh. That's like that is far and away the most technical thing that anybody's ever done in Roll20.
Yay!
Hooray and huzzah!
So that's like you put your foot down and the laser swings to the point where you can see it. And I'll even give you that it's like right in front of you.
Oof.
And you're still in your move. Like we're not canceling your move or anything. I'm just saying that as your move is happening, you're seeing the laser.
Oh no.
So how would you like to handle this?
Well, as I'm like running past, I feel that like my Because like it's a button that's getting pressed, right?
Sure.
So like as I feel like my foot kind of, I guess kind of going into the ground, I like ready my shield, and as the laser comes, like I angle myself just enough that that I propel myself forward.
Okay. Boy, they sure don't write about this scenario in DM school. Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for like, or I'm not gonna make any attack rolls or anything like that because you're actively putting your shield in the way of the laser, right?
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? Let's give it to you. You can use the force to propel you forward. Use the force of the laser. You are not actually a Jedi.
Wrong
That
campaign.
is, yeah, that is a different campaign setting and or a prestige class you don't have.
Yeah.
But I am going to make you roll. I really wish I remembered any of these skills ever. Let's say I'm going to make you roll acrobatics because you are very clearly trying to keep your footing while directing yourself so that you also don't take damage. This feels like an acrobatics thing. And yes, that video is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Angry Mark
no.
Hamill is great. Oh dear.
I die.
You don't need to teach me about the Force.
You get 2 lightsabers?
Only ever gave me one.
Okay. Well, listen. That's a bad roll. You had a great plan. And not only does this plan not work and you fall to the ground, but you know, that might actually come to pass, Holden.
Oh my god.
You are propelled by the blast, and I'm not even going to make you take damage because I already said, like, hey, you put the shield in front of you, that's going to absorb the hit. And boy, does it. But I don't know if you've been hit with a pressure washer that's shooting a beam of water that's an inch in diameter.
Sure have.
Nope.
But you're not standing anymore. And not only are you not standing anymore, which is going to that's the end of your movement.
I got a scar on my finger to prove it.
You know, I believe that.
Right.
Not only are you now prone, but freaking where did your shield go? It's not in your hands anymore.
Could have sworn that was attached to me by leather straps.
Not anymore, they're not.
Not anymore.
Good news. I've got a token for that.
And
Now
I just
Twitch
stay
has a
in
shield.
place then. So I just stay in place.
I'm gonna give you as much as a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
And because you did kind of get like knocked butt over tea kettle here. And naturally we have to give you a symbol showing you shame. It was a very brilliant plan, but I can't ignore red numbers. That is not allowed.
That is okay.
Let's see. Next, Holden. Please tell me that you have either as brilliant or as funny an idea as what we just saw.
I hope to have an as brilliant plan.
Fingers
I'm
crossed.
using the ruler to show you my plan. Going
Great.
to move to here with my move action.
Yeah.
Then use Misty Step to teleport to here. And
Awesome.
then rain destruction on the elemental, and then see what happens.
I love every part of this plan. Would you mind linking Misty Step to me? Because I feel like you've done that 5 times and I always forget.
I can.
If it's not a spell that Zaz had or Advanced Dodge, I will not remember what it is.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, okay, that seems good.
If that works, then I'd like to make my 2 attacks.
Totally. I'm going to ask, just for the sake of rotating that laser, where you step to here, was the intent to avoid or to step on that platform?
To avoid the platform.
Okay, then the laser stays where it's at. And yeah, then look at that. Double-barreled action. Well, I think we figured out by now that those both hit. That seems fine. And I will even subtract some of this health here. Well, that's easy enough. Let's put it down to this many. Hey, we did it. Math. All right. And then, yeah, Glitch walks 15 feet and then Misty steps.
Unfortunately, Glitch's intention is to face tank all of this. If he can make an acrobatics like dodgy tumble, he'll try. But my objective is to get him here, regardless.
I'm going to give it to you because I feel like saying no is exactly what I'm not supposed to do. Go ahead and make the roll and we'll see what happens. I don't know if he's going to, he's not going to also get an attack. There's just too much going on there, and that's too far to move.
Commanding him to an attack requires my bonus action, which I used for Misty Step.
Yeah.
He just gets to move. Do you want dexterity?
Yes.
Oh, no, he has athletics. Can I make an argument for athletics?
I feel like this specifically is what acrobatics is for.
Oh, no advantage, 11.
Look, here's the thing. Rayun showed us how terribly this plan can go. And really mercifully only still has a full health bar because he expressly said how he's avoiding the damage. Glitch is going to probably eat some of this. But we'll make it through. I'll give it that. I'm going to roll this. And it's public roll. Who cares? As he just flat out gets winged by that laser. But gets through. And sorry, this is the part where I have to rotate the laser and see if this plan has caused some unfortunate but hilarious side effects. I'm gonna say no, but Mira, you could feel that laser tracing you.
Not pleased.
Yeah.
No, I would not rather face tank the golem.
Okay. That was the Holden / Glitch phase. Mira, you started this whole thing. What's up?
Well, I am going to vicious mockery this dude, and I'm going to yell at him. Oh shoot, hold on. I just had my vicious mockery stuff up.
I love
See
that I
this
forgot to
belt?
make this thing immune to this.
It's the flesh of a monster, almost as dumb as you. Yeah, okay. And then he needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Of a 14 or better.
This one. No, this one. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was going to happen. Okay, so he's going to take 2d4 psychic damage.
2d4 psychic damage.
All right.
Which is not a lot, but he also gets disadvantage until the
Yeah.
end of his next turn, which seems good. And then, as my bonus action, since I'm kind of scrawny, can I stand here so that I'm not in the line of sight? Or no? Not without triggering. Oh, the laser's right there. I can't do that anyway. I'm going to move away from the laser.
That seems like a good idea.
I'm going to tuck up over here in the corner. Next to Holden, so that I can still peek around if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn. Thank you.
Okay. Well.
Thank you.
So, the golem, who is bandages. The golem is active and is going to march forward because that's what golems do. Not a lot of tactics in that brain. As he is marching forward, he does let out the same sort of, probably not from a mouth, yell. This time yelling, "Detain!" And I'm going to click this button again, because I pretty much just left this character sheet up from last time, and have, I'm pretty sure, everybody, except, you know what? I'm going to say everyone except Mira, because there's wall in the way. And these nukes have got to be good for something. If you guys could all make dexterity saves for me.
So like everything in the main hallway then?
I mean, yeah, all of the players are steel to friend or friend. I'd make your shield do it too, but it's just going to fail. Somebody just drew a
17.
line in the sand. I think that's funny.
I'd say it's a slippery slope.
Morithos, could I get a dex save from you as well? Man, I need to be on push to mute because I almost started talking to my cat again. I think we might have lost X for a minute. I'm gonna say that his save is in a state of limbo, so we don't wait here. In the meantime, I'm gonna give out some of these tokens. Looks like actually just to the people that are on the front line. You and you. Same as before, find yourself tied up by these tendrils of sandy magic. And then he's going to try and take a swing. First, I'm going to roll this, because I like rolling dice that are atypical. Then, after, I guess that's just flipping a coin, he's going to try and attack Glitch. With this. And that's the end of the turn. All right. As before, advantage because of the restrained, disadvantage because of the mockery. So we just get a 6. Anyway, that was a fun turn. Tyrus.
Cool. I'm gonna step right here, and then
Okay.
wait.
I mean, I think we can safely say that we kind of know how this laser is working now. So eventually, at some point, I'm going to stop moving this laser. But, you know, it's hitting this wall here. It's not going all the way to you.
And I'm gonna dash to here.
Okay. I feel like dashing. Like this is where. Now I feel a little bad because I think maybe we could have gotten away with making a athletics check instead. For some reason, the word dash makes me change my mind. Retroactively, could I get Glitch to make an athletics check? And then Tyrus, you too.
Okay.
We can leave it play the way it was. I think he was going to try to get to my side no matter what. I'm fine with what he did.
All right. Tyrus, I'm going to give it to you that, yeah, that's enough to... The laser tracks you, but not very quickly. You know what? Mildly quickly, but nowhere near quick enough that it would get to you.
Okay. Do I still have enough to do an attack?
Yeah, sure. That was just a very fast, but still just a move action.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to attack this sentry.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have? Do we have advantage on him right now?
You do not.
Okay.
Well, that sure seems good. Look at you. Isn't that what you were rolling straight last time too?
Yeah, I think so.
Hex.
Yeah.
Hex.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to investigate this, and I'm gonna need to confiscate your computer.
Okay.
The new one, not the current one.
No. You can't have it because I haven't had it yet. But I'm going to attack him again.
Okay. Seriously? You're gonna claim that you're not hacking and then roll straight 25s all night? I don't know about this one.
Cool,
I don't know
guess.
about this one. This is Sure, you know what? Tyrus dashes into position, which again, like I feel like Tyrus is just playing Time Crisis today. Dashes out of cover long enough to pop 2 shots right into this thing's melon. That seems pretty good to me. The bullets still aren't doing too much, but you know, they're doing something. You're chipping away at it. Again, literally.
Save some for the rest of us. Damn.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty more.
No, there's not.
There's plenty more. Anything else for your tires?
That's going to be it. I
Alright.
did enough cool things.
You did enough cool things. The cool thing that I want to do for a second is at the end of the round, before we get back to hopefully Morothos is back, most of you guys are pretty darn close. So I'm not going to make too big a deal of it for checks wise. But once again, you guys just hear and a woman's voice screaming for help. And in case there was any confusion, it's still, you know, probably on the other side of this arcane door.
I feel like
Anyway.
we set something off when we told him we were intruding here.
Morothos, are you back yet? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I might have dozed off. What's up?
Oh dear. It's your action, but first could I have you make a dexterity save?
Dexterity save. Sure, sir. Sure. Dex.
Okay. Unfortunately, the golem once again sent out one of those restraining clouds of sand.
Okay.
And that is not quite enough, so I'm going to envelop you in his gentle embrace.
Yes. Yes, hold me, caress me.
Mm-hmm.
With sand. Ew, it's getting everywhere.
I would like to emphasize, because I feel like I should have last time, on your turn, you also, free action, don't worry about it, can make a strength save to try and break free of this.
Do I have to break free?
Is a DC 15.
I don't make it.
Yeah, a little shy of that.
And it's okay because I can still shoot finger guns.
Mm-hmm. The shots are going to be at disadvantage while you're restrained.
I got them.
Yeah.
Two 11s.
And unfortunately, we established last time that an 11 does not quite do the job.
Mm,
Dang.
damn. Well, then I'm done.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here, X. And feel free to close those eyes for a second. It will loudly pound on the table again when we need you. And I'm going to move on to Rayan, who is not only... Oh, gosh. Actually, this is a terrible position. Oh, no, never mind. You're not restrained. You're just prone.
I'm just prone.
Yeah. So prone and shieldless right now.
Well, I get up and I go over to my shield because I can't pick it up. Because that would take an action.
Well, while you're prone, you still have access to your actions. It's just standing up costs half your movement.
Well, I thought getting up was an action.
No, it's just part of your move.
Oh.
You pay half of your movement to stand back up.
Well, then I pick up my shield.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna remove this status from you. Anything else you can think of?
Moving back to spot and just
Yeah.
waiting.
That seems doable. We'll give
'Cause
you that.
I can't really do much at this point.
Yeah. Listen, like you got stars spinning in your head a little bit. Some like cartoon birds. You're a little dizzy is all. Holden. You're weirdly like on the front line here.
I am. And I'm restrained in. Sorry, I don't want to frame this question. In the temporal detention, I get to make a strength check for free.
Yep.
I'll start trying to make that.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Just like I can't ignore the red numbers, I can't ignore the green ones either. Everybody watching awe as Holden screams his way out of the detention.
Oh boy.
That's where you're supposed to scream.
I am going to risk the opportunity attack to move here. Well, not risk. I'm gonna take it on the chin.
Yeah. Not much we can do about that one. He's gonna swing. That probably doesn't hit.
It does not.
Whew, that's good.
I can't fire with disadvantage, so I had to get both out of the grip and move clear of him. So now 2 crossbow attacks.
Look, this has been the theme for the night, but what better way to deal with a giant sand creature than to plug some arrows into the exit port?
I'm slowly chiseling away.
That looks like this many damages, so it's progress.
And I'll have Glitch make a bite.
Mm-hmm.
My bonus.
Hey, and you know what? That one is easier for me to do, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, good old force damage.
Mm-hmm. That seems like a heck of a turn, and I'm pretty pleased with you.
Me too.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm done, thank you.
That's a lot of things to do. Mira!
Okay, I'm going to poke my head out just enough because it seems like he's a very big monster and I should be able to see him from the crevice that I'm hiding in, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to thunder wave him because I think if I do that facing like this direction, then it won't affect Glitch also.
Do me a favor and link Thunderwave, because remember,
I sure will.
That's one of the spells that I remember.
Yeah, I used it on the guy. That's how we got our boat. I shoved him off his own boat.
So yeah, theoretically, you could make a square that I'm definitely going to draw that's like here. That should be doable, and that would avoid everybody else.
I can't see it, but yeah. Okay,
oh, yeah.
That'll work.
I forgot to release my mouse, and so they were like, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
Yeah, that's perfect. And I want to try to push him like, oh, sorry, I still had the line tool. I want to push him like back into this corner, so he'd be going in that trajectory, away from Glitch and away from Holden. I don't want to push him on top of Holden.
That would be not good.
I think that's hilarious.
Well, I mean, all right. So he has to make the sand golem has to make a save.
Okay,
and I will go ahead and roll the damage, and then you can decide whether or not you take half.
Wow! He's even good at those ones! Okay.
Alright,
you know what?
13 damage, and he gets pushed 10 feet away from me.
Sometimes you just don't have the night.
And
that
there's
happens.
A thunderous boom.
I mean, there sure is. You guys have been making all sorts of racket.
Yeah, we are not stealthy.
No. You specifically and the people with guns.
I have made a lot of noise, that is true.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I'm going to just tuck myself all the way back up into the wall again, and then fade out of sight. Thank you.
Okay. Well, good news. Actually, the real good news I mean, he's already exactly where I want him to be, I guess. So, well, now he, gets back to its feet shakily. It looks like maybe that enchantment isn't holding together very well. And I'm going to roll this real fast to see if this recharges. Can't just roll / recharge, though. That'd be amazing. It does! Oh, good. On here, I was worried I was going to get a turn where I didn't get to cast a sandstorm. So let's do that again. And I believe that I should put it right here. Oh, nope. Rayun, you're safe. Everybody else, if you wouldn't mind making a dexterity save, except I guess Morthos and Glitch, because they're already restrained. I gotta actually remember what that thing, the difficulty is, because again, you guys have been rolling like 2s or 20s. Let's see.
And this is the second full round, right? So this attack will be on
Yep.
disadvantage for him? Okay. Just checking. Since he's now closer to Holden than to Glitch.
I do need to check. Did the mockery last for 2 turns?
The end of the second turn. The end of the next. Hold on. Let me scroll up.
Oh, I thought it was just the next attack. I'm happy to.
It has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes. Oh, before the end of its next turn. So no,
Yeah, but it's
I'm
just
sorry.
the
That
next
was just the
attack
next
roll.
Turn. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's already taken his disadvantage attack. And it looks like I had to scroll to do that. It looks like only Tyrus gets restrained. That's actually kind of a shame because I was really looking forward to making 1 attack at advantage tonight. But you know what? That happens. Holden, you know what else happens? We go out swinging.
I respect it.
Right? So here we go. Oh gosh dang. Dude. You know?
I feel for the guy.
This just isn't my night. And that happens. I'm not worried about it, because in the end, the house always wins. But I'm going to say this, because I don't feel like I have not gotten the opportunity to properly impress this to you. Holden, this attack isn't very fast, but like you dodge to get out of the way. Maybe you duck because this thing is much taller than you, and the swing is kind of coming down anyway. This thing punches a divot in the wall. Like you can at least be thankful that you were not restrained to the point that his second roll, which definitely would have hit ish, didn't connect with you.
Oh, buddy, I've had those roll nights. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, look, these guys also, if you hover over, they don't have a good attack roll. Because that's what they roll for damage. So,
The tooltip's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So, once again, though, all of those numbers, except for the 3, are purely speculative. And your head is safe. Your headrest is not. And everybody is kind of detained and sad. Or not, I guess. Whatever. Tyrus is. Get over here. Speaking of which, Tyrus.
Hey.
Can you be my mercy angel?
Can I still attack? I forget.
You are restrained, which means you're going to be attacking at disadvantage.
Okay.
But
so
you
I'm going to roll 2 25s.
I mean, yeah, so far.
Probably not. All right, let's give it a shot.
425.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. Roll a 9.
Yeah.
I believe that is a misfire.
It is a misfire. That's actually what I was...
First misfire I've ever had.
So
listen, there was sand.
Yeah, look, it's irritating and it gets everywhere.
think I have to roll something now. I always forget what I have to do though.
I think what we're going to have to do is look that up. But in the meantime, you're definitely probably not action surgeoning.
Well, if I can shoot again, I'm going to because I have an extra attack.
Oh, that's fair. Then, if you can figure out what misfiring actually does very quickly, then great. But I think at the very least you might be taking damage, which means, hey, somebody got damaged this fight.
Whenever you make an attack roll with a firearm and the dice roll is equal to or lower than the weapon's misfire score, the weapon misfires.
Yeah.
The attack misses, and the weapon cannot be used again until you spend an action to try to repair it.
There it is.
And
I was really afraid the description was just going to say that means you misfire.
You gotta repair it, dude.
I'm trying to see what my misfire score is for this thing.
Well, it's definitely 1 or higher, or 1 or lower.
That's fair.
So we can figure that out here in a minute, but I think in the meantime, your gun doesn't explode like it would be funniest for me, but at the very least it jams.
All right. I'm done, since I can't move, I don't think.
Okay. Hilariously, for me, you don't hear any noises at the end of the round. Except I'm going to give... You know what? It's funnier if you guys don't even roll. Even through the fairly thick and arcane locked door, you hear just a hellacious sound of stone grinding on stone. Like, man, this is what it sounded like when they built the pyramids, except they forgot all of the rolly logs that made pushing the rocks easier.
Oh, this guy has 2 friends and they're having special time.
It sounds like, based on the sounds you're hearing, one of those friends isn't enjoying it very much.
Oh no! Is that where the screaming is coming from? Oh, that poor woman.
So, Morthos, I did promise I'd knock on the table for you. Mm-hmm. You have a mostly wounded golem in front of you. If you want to make a strength check first, which I guess Tyrus, you probably should have made, to try and get out of those bindings, make that shot easier, I welcome it. Dang. I mean, it would have been a disadvantage, but the 10 is... All right. A lot of stuff happened here all at once.
Well, yeah, I'm rolling as disadvantage, by the way.
Yeah, totally. So
this 13 should hit, though, huh?
That 13 definitely hits.
Yeah. 8 damage.
And the 7 probably hits the malfunctioning gun that Tyrus is holding.
I'm a little sad that those 2 rolls happened at the same time, because resolving that 7 would have been funnier. But given that, and the fact that, let's be real, it would be real dickish of me to neg that perfectly good hit roll, I'm instead going to say, Morthos, you feel it real bad as one of your shots, like, your parasite kind of says no. And maybe for just a second or two, your vision kind of goes black with the same ink that parasite seems to be made of. Like, just for one of those shots, it resists you.
What an asshole.
We have misfire too.
You kind of whip your hand back into shape, and with the second shot manage to nick this golem hard enough that it shudders and collapses again. But that was weird. That's not good at all. Do not want.
Because after C and Monkey do, the 3rd step is really gross.
It really is. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anything else on your turn?
That's everything.
Sounds good. Rayun. Ooh, this is the part where he didn't end the initiative. Uh-oh.
Hmm. What can I do? I mean, it's gonna follow, so I guess advanced dodge through the beams.
That seems good.
All right, and I'll move in and advance dodge.
And your goal just to go as far forward as you can?
Yeah, basically.
All right. Well then, let me illuminate some stuff for you after I do some quick measuring. Yeah, sure. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. You like dive forward, and as a result of that diving forward, are going to get like, let's put you. Oh no, that's the measurement tool. I'm gonna put you here in the fog for just a second, and I need you to trust me, because let's say you are on your belly. Not quite prone, but pretty close. Nope, that's the hide button again.
I just penguin slid all the way over here.
Yeah, that works.
Slide.
Okay, I had to make sure I was allowed to do this.
Oh.
I know, right? There were whole other rooms here. And then we got this that I need to adjust. I don't know. I'm amazed that that one's thinner for some reason. And I am immediately going to have you do a perception check.
Ooh. Well.
Okay. Then the best that I can give you is this room looks like it has taken a particular beating. In particular, the walls are just scarred with what you can probably safely assume are laser beam etches. Whatever these pillars are shooting out has carved lines in every which direction, horizontal, vertical, just short of one of them drawing that cool S from high school. Like, just about every line that you could imagine is carved into these walls somewhere. Other than that, the most of this room seems to be taken up with remnants and detritus of probably looks like ancient equipment and weapons. Most of it has fallen to ruin.
Oh. And these things follow you. Okay.
I am going to give you, out of the kindness of my heart, you do see on the far wall, it's pretty much impossible not to see this, a small glowing circle of runes etched into the wall.
Ooh.
Or it's the targeting reticle for all the lasers.
Yes. Let's find out.
She's very cavalier with other people's lives.
Mm-hmm. She's safely in a nook.
Send glitch.
Oh, when
Glitch.
you know he's restrained. Shucks.
Oh, I'm gonna go help him get out of his
It's
restraint.
not your turn yet.
Oh.
I closed the turn order. I don't even know whose turn it is. It's Holden's turn. Sure is a shame that Glitch is restrained.
Can I use Holden's action to aid another and give Glitch advantage on his strength check to break out of the snare?
That seems fine. Yeah, that seems fine. I will even add the sand is not particularly strong now that the detaining golem has been defeated. It's still there, just a little rough or a little looser. So you have no problem. I mean, you kind of like grab it like it's any normal tendril, and then as you pull apart, the sand just dissipates and becomes sand. But yeah, that's no problem. What else you got?
He's got his move left, but I feel like running into the laser seems like a mistake. Is the laser still on? Because Ryun's standing in it.
Ryun is sort of like belly crawling underneath it. Because the laser is pointed, as mentioned. It actually, you guys can see now because Ryun has. Someone's finally gone in this hallway. The laser is positioned about 5 feet up, and it is aiming like slightly down, which is why there was a slight downward angle.
I'm just gonna move us both to there, like just before ducking out into the hallway, and see what happens if Ryun's next turn yields any results. We're close enough that Glitch can get to help him, but I don't want to risk it right now.
Sounds good. Let's see, Mira. By the way, I'm just because it is now 9 o'clock ish. We're gonna get through Tyrus's action and then probably call it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help get Tyrus and Morthos if I can out of their bindings, but I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm not going to investigate.
I just want to Hulk smash out of my bindings. I'm not going to do it.
Wow, not even close.
Here, what do I need to roll? Hold on. Oh, it's strength. Ooh. Sorry.
Yeah, strength check.
The Legend of Zelda thing that I was thinking of.
I basically just kind of like go to touch it and then go, ew, 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 sand, no.
Anakin was right. Ugh. Okay. Wow, this has been a phenomenal last turn for pretty much everybody involved. Morthos had a good final turn. He killed something. That was cool. Let's see.
Finger guns, bang bang, boy, bang bang.
So Tyrus, because every roll that could have helped you went terribly, you are going to still be restrained, which means you got a speed of 0. Anything that you would like to do?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm just going to stand here and pout.
I tried, bud.
Okay. Then this is maybe not my favorite note to end on. Like, we've had better, we've had worse. But as we reach the end of the turn once again, this time the horrifying sound to come from beyond this stone door is a loud impact of stone on stone. And before that, just a brief moment of that woman's scream. But that scream does not linger.
Hey, do these runes mirror the runes that were keeping Christail out of the other room in the prison?
I'll say they're vaguely similar. They're definitely not exactly the same.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna end there on kind of a bummer note, and in the middle of an action scene. That kind of sucks, but that happens. Sometimes 9 o'clock just happens.
Yeah.
So, hey, we did it. We're back on schedule, and I'm so happy to hear that.
Dude.
And I got
Uh,
to use Shatter on a rock elemental. That was fun.
Doesn't that feel good? Like that's such a weird thing that doesn't happen very often.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I want to look at the schedule real fast to make sure that I'm on top of that. Our next play date is for May 12th.
I'm gonna be
which
sick
is-
that day.
That's unfortunate for you.
Unfortunately, John and I won't be able to. I've got family coming in from out of town, so we have a dinner date with my mom and aunt and pretty much every woman in my family.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
This is
John.
all
I have
yeah.
like all Mother's Day weekend booked up with
I like that.
activities.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like how excited John is at the sound of spending the night with Mother's Day plans instead of playing D&D.
It's a little shit. And also, this is how she broke it to me that her aunt is coming. I knew your mom was coming. I did not know about Tina.
I
So
wasn't
that's...
gonna share. I was gonna let you pick the parts of the itinerary that you participate in.
Aw.
But I definitely
Except for the portions
100%
I'm
will be there.
voluntold for. Yeah.
Yes, I will not be there. It is possible John can be there, but then he has to come to brunch on Sunday, so it's up to him.
Okay, well, if we can see this coming far enough advanced, let's talk about it because, hey, this is me being selfish for just a second. I just got a lot more flexible with my schedule.
Woo
So
woo!
if we can find a way to make this work on another, hopefully pretty close night,